What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another very important market update. If you enjoy this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Alright, so I actually gave a market update about 2 days ago, but a lot has changed, so I want to give another one. So in my previous videos, I was telling you guys to pay attention to April 2nd because that was supposedly Trump's Liberation Day. And that's when we would learn a lot more about tariffs. Now, I'm not actually going to go in depth into the tariffs. However, I want you guys to understand that this has created a lot of fear in the market, at least in the short term. If you look at Bitcoin, you can see that yesterday it reached a high of around 88,500 and it actually reached a low of around 81,700. That is a huge swing because of the tariff news. And if you look at the crypto fear and greed index, we are back in the extreme fear range. This is exactly what I like to see though. We are at extreme fear right now, and on the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin is still holding a higher low. And understand, by the time you guys are watching this video, a lot can change, especially on the 4-hour time frame. But what I want you guys to understand is it's not just crypto dropping. If you look at the S&P, you can see it's down 11% from the previous local high. That is a huge drop from a macro standpoint. So yes, crypto isn't necessarily showing a lot of strength right now, but neither is the S&P. One of the only assets that's showing a lot of strength right now is gold. But I want to continue to point out that this drop could have been significantly worse. We knew that this was probably going to create some panic. We've been talking about it for a long time. But if you look at the larger timeframes, the macro idea still hasn't really changed. And the pattern that I've been telling you guys to watch, you could argue, is still intact. If you guys have been watching my content, I've been talking about forming a potential inverted head and shoulder. This would be the left shoulder, this would be the head, and this would be the right shoulder. We had the left shoulder, we had the head, we just needed to see a right shoulder form. And the right shoulder would form if we put in a higher low. Now, it looked like the head and shoulder was starting to play out. We had a very strong close, but then yesterday we got nuked. But as long as we can still put in a higher low, we don't look near as bad as a lot of people think we do. And that goes for the daily time frame, that goes for the weekly time frame, that goes for the monthly time frame. And I'm also going to show you guys Ethereum just because it's the leading altcoin. And I know a lot of people here love altcoins. But I'm going to continue saying the same thing I've been saying for ETH for a long time. We are extremely oversold on the weekly time frame. And not just the weekly, but the 2-week, the 1 month, the 3 month. All of the larger time frames are extremely oversold. And I'll go over the monthly in just a second. But go back and backtest Ethereum's history at what has happened every single time we've been extremely oversold on the stochastics. Since September of 2020, we have had a 100% breakout rate. I have circled on the chart every single time we've been extremely oversold on the stochastics. But more importantly, when you look at the monthly time frame, which is actually a much larger time frame, understand this takes time to actually play out. But when you look at the monthly, we have a strong Class A bullish divergence. You can see that price action is swinging up into a higher low and the RSI is swinging down into a lower low. Look at what has happened the last time we had a strong Class A bullish divergence. We've only had it one other time throughout Ethereum's history. Price action was swinging up, the RSI was swinging down. And obviously after that, we had another massive explosion. But I have to be clear yet again, the monthly time frame takes time to actually play out. It's not something where we're just going to see a reversal in the next couple days. Now, the smaller time frames could lead to that, but not the monthly. But the fact that we have a monthly bullish divergence tells me that there is probably a huge move that is going to come eventually. Now, fortunately for us, because Ethereum is getting hammered, because Bitcoin is getting hammered, we are at extreme fear in the crypto market. There are a lot of amazing discounts. The fact that you can buy blue chip projects right now at 50, 60, 70, 80% discounts right now is insane. Even Ethereum, the second largest crypto right now, is down 63% from its all-time high 3 years ago. Now, maybe some of you guys don't believe in Ethereum. Maybe some of you guys are big Solana fans. Well, Solana is down 61% from its all-time high 2 months ago. It's down 61% in 2 months. The reality is that right now, you don't even need to buy super degen projects to make nice gains. You can simply buy blue chips and still make fantastic profit. Now, is any profit guaranteed in crypto? No, it's not. But what we are seeing in the crypto market right now is absolutely incredible. We do not look near as bad from a macro standpoint as a lot of people seem to think we do. Not to mention the Federal Reserve just slowed down QT, which is very bullish for the economy. And you see that the crypto fear and greed index right now is at 25, extreme fear. And last month it was at 15. And I even remember a low of it being at 10. Again, nothing is guaranteed in crypto. I can't be any clearer about that. But throughout the history of crypto, if you have bought when we've been in an extreme fear, you've probably made some very nice gains. That's just the reality of the situation. You have to buy when others are fearful. All of that being said though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. We're here for the market pumps, we're here for the market dumps, we're here for everything. Just to give you guys a few examples of my Bitcoin updates. Yesterday I had posted Bitcoin in this bull flag right here at 84,900. And then about 2 hours later, we nailed the measure move perfectly. But throughout the time we were pumping, I was pointing out that we needed to get the tariff news. But you'll get access to my Bitcoin updates, but you'll also get access to a lot of the microcap projects that we're buying. My Discord's around 1 year old and we've already called 6 different 200x projects as a community. So if this is the kind of community you wish to be a part of, you'll find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments your guys' thoughts on the market. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.